Hello, welcome to Aprilia Performance. Welcome to, it isn't even a Monday morning walk around. This is a bit of a Sunday afternoon special thing, I think. I think it's a bit of a special thing because me and my mate, we've just been out riding mountain bikes and basically I just kind of wanted to sort of introduce you guys to my mate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a sort of thing going on, a bit of an interview kind of stuff with me and Steve. So right, introduce yourself. What's your name, mate?
Stephen Bradley.
Okay, and hello, Stephen Bradley.
Hello.
What do you do for a living, mate?
I work for Milwaukee Aprilia.
And what do you do for Milwaukee Aprilia?
I'm on the spanners working for Eugene Laverty this year.
Okay, absolutely excellent. So you are part of the Milwaukee Aprilia World Superbike team, yeah?
This is correct.
How does that feel? Because you were at BMW last year, weren't you? So how does it feel being on an Aprilia?
It feels good because we seem to this year have a same work ethic and same goal in mind as the Aprilia guys. So
You really sound quite official at the moment, don't you?
Sorry,
If you'd have seen us riding mountain bikes a couple of hours earlier, it'd have been like swearing and puffing and panting, climbing up these mountains and stuff. It was brilliant. So tell me kind of the differences between the BM and the Aprilia and how does it differ and does it make your life easier? Is it much better bike? Is it much different bike? And tell us a bit about that kind of thing, like sort of mechanically wise on the bike. How's that work?
I don't think it makes life any easier. Maybe if we start winning some races and podiums even, or some better positions.
It always motivates everybody, doesn't it?
A little bit easier, but
Yeah.
working on a bike's working on a bike, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good bike to work on. The factory have been good to us so far, and yeah, it's definitely interesting. And it's for me and the rest of the guys in the team. It's the Aprilia is more of a thoroughbred race bike than the BMW was.
Am I right in remembering, if I can cast my mind back, am I right in remembering it's like Aprilia's ethos when they built the V4 was that it was a race bike that they turned into a road bike rather than a road bike that they turned into a race bike. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it was more developed along the MotoGP kind of lines.
Right, okay.
And a lot of it's very similar to the ART bike that raced in GPs a few years ago.
All right, okay.
So yeah, it is. The whole kind of the build of it is more of a race bike that's been developed.
Cool, because there's like the engine loom's like one big block connector, isn't it, from the factory, as that kind of stuff, rather than having sort of many different wires all around the bike. That's certainly true on the road bikes anyway, when you take your road bikes out.
Yeah, the Aprilia electronics as well is really well advanced, so it gives us
that makes life a lot easier, doesn't it?
Racing at the World Superbike level with all the bells and whistles that you need.
Yeah, that's cool, because that's what it's about these days, isn't it? It is a lot about the bells and whistles, isn't it? Yeah. About giving the rider control, that kind of stuff, isn't it?
No disrespect to BMW, but their electronic system was very hard to work around.
Yeah.
And there was a very kind of precise way of going through the procedures and steps. And to go racing, it was very difficult to use their electronics.
Cool.
No disrespect to them, but with the Aprilia, everything has been designed with racing in mind. So it's just everything you need to do.
Awesome. So that's wicked then. So basically, it just makes your life and the rider's life a lot easier then, doesn't it? Yeah. So tell us about the riders, because you've got two riders. Both of those have got history with Aprilia, haven't they?
Yeah. Lorenzo, he was on Aprilia last year with an IOTA team. He actually works for the factory direct. He's an Aprilia employee. So the year before that, he won the European Superstock with Aprilia. Hence, he got the Superbike ride last year. And he's still only very young, early 20s, but he impressed a lot last year. Got some very good positions, and he started off again this year really well.
Talented Git. Oh.
Yeah. He's young, fast on a bike, and Italian, good looking. He's got everything.
Oh, it's got everything. Yeah. Oh my God. Fair enough.
But yeah, Eugene, who I work with, a few years ago now, he came second in the championship on the Aprilia.
Yeah.
Won many races and. Yeah,
and what a really nice guy as well. I've met him a few times.
Yeah, he's one of the most down-to-earth riders.
Top bloke. Yeah, top bloke. So basically, the whole team sort of enjoying it. You've had some success clearly with the pre-season testing that I've seen. I mean, we don't get to see you from one month to the next, do we? Because you're always away, like. But basically, they've had some success pre-season, haven't they? As it's looking. I think was it Chaz, and then it was Lorenzo, and then it was Eugene? Was it?
Finished off Portimao with Chaz, and then Eugene, and then Lorenzo. Yeah.
That's a sight to see. That is. Many years ago, Steve and I used to work at British Superbikes, and when we worked at Superbikes, we was on the Super Stock 600 squads. leaning over the wing, imagine leaning over the pit wall, sort of dealing with that kind of stuff, batting each other with signs and things like that. It was just quite comical. Now all of a sudden, look at the man, he's like properly into the World Superbike thing. It's awesome, properly awesome. Nice one. Thanks very much for coming to see us, mate. Thanks very much for doing this little interview. It's really like cool to see you again, and we'll go riding mountain bikes again soon. So thanks very much for watching in, guys. We'll take it really easy. We'll see you real soon, and hopefully we'll try and convince Steve to give us some updates on what's going on, and we'll sort of as we go along, and we'll keep you all updated. Take care now. See you all. See you soon. Take care now.
Cheers.